Coco is Disney Pixar's latest endeavor and is directed by Lee Unkrich. I think I get that right. He directed Toy Story 3 and was also one of the writers for this film, so you know you're in good company. Toy Story 3 was one of those few trilogies where the third part was really great. Coco follows the story of Miguel, whose family is shoemakers. His father was a shoemaker and everybody else is in the shoemaking business. His grandfather, you know, and so on and so on. My grandfather's grandfather was a shoemaker. But Miguel doesn't want to be a shoemaker. He wants to be a musician.
No music! No music!
He sets out to try and do that. There is a ban for some reason that is secret to the plot on music in his family. Every time he asks about it or suggests it, he gets shut down immediately. And what ends up happening is Miguel ends up going to the land of the dead on the Day of the Dead when they're all kind of remembering their family, and Miguel picks up an item and he gets transported to the land of the dead and adventures ensue. Now, before I carry on, I should mention that there is a similar film to this called Book of Life that was released a few months prior to the release of Coco. And even my wife got confused because she said, haven't I seen this? And she was adamant that she had seen this. And unfortunately, I think some people are going to make comparisons to that film. If you can, I would say don't, because they both are really great films and they're both unique storylines. I don't know why. This seems to This seems to happen in the land of Hollywood on occasion. Armageddon and Deep Impact. The two volcano films, I think it was Volcano and Dante's Peak. There seems to be, I don't know if they're leaked scripts or whatever, but occasionally you'll get two very similar in content films.
I know exactly what to play!
That's not to say they're both uniquely different and really interesting. And that is the case with The Book of Life. Was great. Go and check it out if you can. But Coco is a very interesting story and is very well crafted. So it'd be a shame if you put that in your mind, thinking about that if you've seen The Book of Life. So try and put it out if you can. Anyway, so Miguel enters the land of the dead, and what ensues is a storyline very similar, strangely enough, to Back to the Future, where things happen in the land of the dead where he needs to put right so it doesn't change what's happening in the present. And it's really quirky and it's quite funny, and the colours, because of the land of the dead, for some reason they've associated these bright colours, and it looks visually stunning. As with Pixar, you'd expect it to be great. I have to be honest, the first half an hour I wasn't emotionally engaged, and for me a Disney Pixar film has to be very emotionally engaging, because otherwise you can't go along on this ride, you can't be invested. And I thought, oh dear, is this going to be a flop? I've heard so many people say that this film is awesome and it's so good. Up hit me hard, along with other Pixar films, so I was a little bit worried. But this film is sneaky. There are stealth emotional attacks that, as the story develops, as Miguel goes along along this ride in the land of the dead and meets family members, and the story is developed with funny gags and great adventure moments, you are hit with these emotional ties to the living and the effects that it's having on him and his family and what has happened in the past. And there are, like I said, emotional sneak attacks. And by the end, doesn't matter how hard you are in heart, by the end you will be so emotionally invested that you'll probably need some tissues. A guy, woman, child, grandmother, whoever you are, they have cleverly taken you on a stealth attack emotional ride.
Must follow my heart.
I have to talk about the visuals because it's Pixar. I think they are always raising the bar. And it would be dumb if they wouldn't. Technology progresses and we find new ways of doing things. But as I said, visually it's really beautiful. But it just seems like they reach new levels of the way they use the technology to transport you into this world with each film, and I think that's great. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to the future of Pixar, because they literally, with each film, are just raising the bar and raising the bar. This is a really fun family film that will sneak attack you emotionally and is definitely worth watching. I'm going to put it in the Gorsome section for great and awesome.
Great! Ian awesome?
It's a really fun film that kind of took me by surprise. So yeah, thanks for watching this review of Coco. We've got a lot lined up. It seems to be a really busy time for films at the moment. You know, you get those spurts where you go up and down, and so we're gonna try and get them out to you as much as we can. We obviously won't cover everything, but we're enjoying your comments, and thanks for joining us. If you are new to the Ruby Tuesday, then please subscribe to us for all things movies, news and entertainment. Thanks so much. Bye.